Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Citizen Sport. The evening edition on the 30th day of August 2022. Right here in the capital city of Abuja. Coming live from the studios of a Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. A lot is going on in the world of sport. And right here in Abuja, as we approach the 2022 September 30 election for the Nigeria Football Federation, one man, NFF first Vice President, Barrister Seyi Akinwumi, has actually declared his intention for the NFF presidency. Also in the English Premier League, it is match day 5, and 4 games are currently going on across venues in England, where Crystal Palace are up against Brentford, Fulham are trading tackles with Brighton and Hove Albion, Southampton are trading tackles with Chelsea at the moment, while Leeds United are scoring up with Everton. And quickly, let's hit the ground running. First of all, I'm not alone in the building. I've got Ahmed Abdulkarim. Ahmed, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Abuja. Good evening. Always a pleasure to do this. And it is live action coming from Stamford Bridge. I say that's what we've been seeing for the past 45 minutes. And going into halftime, it's Southampton 2, Chelsea 1.
All right, quickly. Let's go straight into the business of the day. And starting from home front, right here in Abuja, incumbent first Vice President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Barrister Seyi Akinwumi, has assured the football fraternity that his administration will provide better leadership to drive Nigeria football forward. He stated this today in Abuja during his declaration to run for the position of the President of the Nigeria Football Federation. Barrister Seyi Akinwumi, whose campaign mantra is football first, listed the 4 key pillars his administration would leverage on to reform the game in the country.
The recently concluded assignments for the Presidential Committee on the 10-year Football Master Plan, and through deep research, have conceptualized the pathway to make Nigeria football great again. It is themed Football First, and it leverages on 4 pillars. 1, football development. 2, the business of football. 3, football infrastructure. And 4, technology. I believe that through the football first pathway, I'm uniquely qualified to turn things around and take us back to the top of global football.
The Lagos State and Football Association chairman echoed that under him, the NFF will focus on national football policy and providing grants to the grassroots.
That includes a physical and football infrastructural development plan, with the NFF merely having an oversight function, including a plan to ensure that the NFF is focused on national football policy and the administration of national football matters, while budgeting for and providing grants for grassroots development that will be measured against key performance indicators.
Seyi Akinwumi, who was a member of the successful 10-year Football Development Plan Committee, added that his passion to see Nigeria football back to glory is actually the driving force behind him contesting for this position.
Key performance indicators. Must have a regional football structure that includes a physical and football infrastructural development plan, with the NFF merely having an oversight function, including a plan to ensure that the NFF is focused on national football policy and the administration of national football matters, while budgeting for and providing grants for grassroots development and will be measured against key performance indicators. Decided to vie for the post of President of the Nigeria Football Federation. And by the grace of God, come 30th September 2022, I shall be sworn as the next NFF President. This is another opportunity to show my love for Nigeria. And I have no doubt that it is a natural progression on my long journey from the basement of football administration in Nigeria to its
Major football stakeholders in attendance included NFF Second Vice President Shehu Diko, Chairman Remo Stars Football Club, Kunle Shoname, Chairman Rate Sports Development Foundation Barrister Paul Ede, FCT Football Association Chairman Mukhtar Mohamed, 1994 African Player of the Year Victor Ikpeba, among others. The NFF election holds on September 30 in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Ahmed Sheyi Akunwumi has actually declared his intention to run for the NFF presidency. What is your take on that?
I would say that for him coming out to declare, it's good that we are seeing credible individuals who have over the past displayed their leadership qualities or capacities in one position or the other. I mean, they're still quite very open, and let's still be looking out for the caliber or the quality of candidates that would be taking place or contesting or vying for the top seats in Nigeria professional football. Nigeria Football Federation. I beg your pardon. So I think the likes of Barrister Sheyi Akunwumi, there's definitely a good development so far, so good, and so that I believe that brings it to about that brings us to having about six. We should have about six contestants now who have come out to express their interest in vying for that seat, and the NFF, of course, coming out to also talk about the fact that, hey, Nigeria football should be getting ready, and, all in all, we are definitely getting ready and anticipating what is to come.
All right, we are getting ready to anticipate what is to come, and just 30 days from now, or 31 days from now, we'll get to know when the election takes place in Edo State, in Benin City, the Edo State capital, for the NFF presidency and other position in the NFF. And quickly, let's go away from that and talk some action going on in the English Premier League. 4 games at the moment. Today in match day 5, Crystal Palace are up against Brentford, and that match is still goalless. The match is already 54 minutes gone already on the clock, and for Crystal Palace, who are looking forward to actually increase their points tally and possibly their level on the EPL table at the moment. What do you see as the possible outcome from this game, owing to the fact that Brentford are also, I think I want to term them one of the Giants slayers when it comes to the EPL. If you don't actually get your act together, they may just get 3 points from you.
I mean, definitely Brentford has been one of the threatening sides consistently this season. But so far so good. They are able to hold their own against Crystal Palace. Like we are currently seeing, it is still goalless, and it's been more or less an end-to-end stuff. Crystal Palace getting the edge, but Brentford defense is keeping it tight. They are yet to get any shot on Brentford's goal, despite Crystal Palace having 9 attacks as against Brentford too. So let's see if any changes will be the one. Any changes from the sides will turn the tide, or maybe we'll just see one side breaking even and going ahead. So I mean, it's a real delicate situation for Patrick Vieira now, because it looks like his side is dominating, but they are unable to get that final tip of spear piercing the shield of this Brentford defense. So for Thomas Frank as well, it's probably biding his time. I'm looking for the perfect time to attack, and so it's definitely exciting to watch. Still goalless, Crystal Palace Brentford.
Now let's talk about Fulham versus Brighton and Hove Albion. Fulham are currently 2 goals up, 57 minutes gone already on the clock, and this is the same Fulham who actually got 1 point from Liverpool, and I think in that game Liverpool actually survived a scare from Fulham. Now with what this Fulham side are actually portraying, do you see them staying at the end of the day in the English Premier League?
Well, I mean, right now, being ahead is more or less the best thing that could happen to them, and I think for Brighton, they started the season so well, and to be honest, this is a very surprising result, but anything can still happen. The fact that the second half has not started in favor of Brighton shows that something probably went wrong towards the end of the first half. So let's look at how Graham Potter's side will handle this against Marco Silva. The side is cruising this one, and even though Brighton have better keep of the ball, Fulham are able to capitalize. Lewis Dunk with an unfortunate own goal after Alexander Mitrovic opened the scoring, but there's still a lot to play for. If Brighton don't lose their cool, then maybe they'll be able to get something out of this one.
All right, if Brighton don't, they may likely get something out of this one. Now, the biggest game for me this evening is Southampton up against Chelsea, and the scoreline at the moment is looking very, very interesting, with the home side talking about the St. Mary's landlords actually having the better of this encounter. First half has ended already, and it is 2-1 in favor of Southampton, and for Southampton, they had to come back from a goal down to get this 2-1 win in the first 45 minutes. And looking at the way this season is going, I always say it from match day one when I saw what happened, that this season everybody go collect. Now just time never reach. Is this the time for Chelsea to collect again after collecting from Leeds United?
Well, they are certainly trailing behind by two goals to one, and I don't know, for Chelsea, I just think they are that kind of team that they can raise their level to the level of their opponent, but it gets difficult to get better. To better their opponent's performance, and that's why they really struggled, or that's why they've been struggling these days, coupled with the injuries that has ravaged the team. And we see Thomas Tuchel here trying something. It looks like Chelsea are applying the 4-3-3 formation, but it is seriously backfiring. Although on the attacking end, they look like they could do some serious damage. Moving more forward is not a problem, but the defense is also conceding, and has conceded twice in the first 45. So Thomas Tuchel has done that 45 minutes to find an answer to that problem.
All right, let's give you update from the game between Fulham and Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton have been awarded a penalty kick, and let's wait to see if they'll be able to convert that one. And when they do, that they will actually reduce the deficit by 1 goal to make it 2 goals to Fulham and 1 goal to Brighton. But if they convert that, let's keep our fingers crossed. And now the fourth game of the day is actually between Leeds United and Everton. And Everton, surprisingly, are currently 1 goal up tonight, and 45 plus 1 minutes played already on the clock. And should Everton actually finish this encounter this way, it's going to be a good one for them, because results has not been going their way since the beginning of the season. And should they win this encounter, they'll finish tonight's match 13th on the log, ahead of Crystal Palace and behind Liverpool on 5 points. And so Brighton scores at the Cottage, and it is now Fulham 2, Brighton won. 61 minutes gone already on the clock. I will keep our fingers crossed and we'll give you updates subsequently as events unfold in these 4 EPL games going on at the moment. Now let's take our flight and straight to the land of the Azuris, the Italian Serie A, where one match already has been concluded. Sassuolo played a goalless draw against AC Milan, and halftime already in Rome, where AS Roma are taking on Monza, and that game is 2-0 in the first 45 minutes in favor of Jose Mourinho's side, and Inter Milan already in the halftime already 2-0 against newly promoted Cremonese in that account. And now we gave some prediction in this game in the Italian Serie A for Sassuolo and AC Milan, AS Roma and Monza, Inter Milan, Cremonese. Which of these results do you think is going to meet up with your predictions this morning?
Well, so far so good.
Octopus Karim.
The Roma game and Inter game are going as expected because they are favourites and they are playing at home. The AC Milan game may be a little bit unexpected, but Sassuolo are also not a side that you can afford to underrate by any means. They have the likes of Domenico Berardi in their ranks, and unfortunately he even missed a penalty. So at the end of the day, you might say that AC Milan were the one who escaped this one. But the surprise here is definitely one between Fulham and Brighton, as well as Southampton and Chelsea. Well, Chelsea has Southampton has been a thorn in Chelsea's side for obvious reasons, but in recent times Chelsea has been able to get the better of Southampton. Last time Southampton defeated Chelsea was at Stamford Bridge in 2019. That was the round 19 Premier League game, but here we have Chelsea again going behind under 45 minutes to go. The second 45 minutes just about started, so we'll also get to see that one and see how they'll be able to change this one. But be that as it may, like I said earlier, for Brighton, if they don't lose their cool, then they would get something out of the game against Fulham.
Now let's give you one goal alert. Crystal Palace are now 1-0 up against Brentford, and the goal scorer for that goal for Crystal Palace is no other person, as expected, Wilfred Zaha, getting on the scoreboard for Crystal Palace on the 59th minute after getting a good pass from Chieke Dekor, and he wasted no time in converting that one. And for Crystal Palace, at the moment, they are now 1-0 up. 62 minutes are gone already on the clock. Now, straight away, let's go to the US Open, where a lot of matches were played today, as it is just round 1 in the US Open. And we saw Serena Williams, 40-year-old Serena Williams, who is playing most likely in her farewell tournament, where she is past her opponent to go into round 2. Now for Serena Williams, this is the event where she won 6 of 23 Grand Slam titles. Do you see her pushing really, really hard and to get to the finals? Let's not talk about winning the title first at the moment.
I mean, it's still quite open. Anyone can get as far as possible. It's about taking it for, one game at a time. And I think for Serena, getting past Danka Kovinic of Montenegro is an important aspect of moving forward, because up next she'll be coming up against number 2 ranked Estonian, talking about Annette Kontaveit, and well, they've not actually they've not squared off before. This is the first time they'll be meeting, so you can expect that maybe to go one side or the other, but being the favorite, let's see how far she can go.
All right, let's give you some results from games played today in the men's category. British pair Cameron Norrie and Dan Evans began their US Open beat with routine wins over first-round opponents who could not cope with their level. 7th-seed Norrie won the first set against Benoit Paire in 18 minutes before the Frenchman improved to make a contest of the second. But Norrie ran away with a third when Paire's level dropped again to win 6-love, 7-6, 6-love in sticky conditions. Evans seeded 20th, 1-6. 6-1, 6-1 against Czech opponent Jiri Vesely. The British number 2 was already in control when Vesely's level dipped in the second set and won 11 of the final 12 games to close out and straightforward victory. Ima Raducanu, the nation's leading women's player, starts the defense of her title against Francis Alice Cornet in the 9th session in New York. And in the women's event, world number 1 Iga Swiatek made light work of US Open opener with straight set win over Jasmine Paolini. Poland and Swiatek, who is 21 years of age, needed just 1 hour and 6 minutes to beat the Italian 6-3, 6-love in New York and faces Sloane Stephens or Great Minin next. Spanish 9 seed Gabriel Muguruza also reached the second round, beating Dan Clara Towson 6-3, 7-6. But 16 seed Yelena Ostapenko was beaten 6-3, 3-6, 6-4 by Chinese world number 39 Queen Zheng, and Czech 22nd seed Karolina Pliskova was made to work hard for her first round win, eventually beating Poland's Magdalena 6-2, 4-6, 7-6. In 2 hours and 33 minutes, she will play compatriot Maria Buskova next. Petra Victova, seeded 21st, joined her fellow Czechs in the second round by powering through the second set to beat Russia's Erika Andreeva 7-6, 6-love. Swiatek's win included her 18th bagel of 2022, while she becomes the youngest player to reach 45 Grand Slam main draw wins since Karolina Wozniacki in 2011. The two-time French Open winner Swiatek is one of the several female players to complain about horrible balls being used at Flushing Meadows. Now, with some of these players getting results their way in the women's and the men's event, yes, I know this is just a round 1. What are your predictions?
So far, so good. Everything is good.
Konibaje.
Tomorrow, I'm just looking forward to Rafael Nadal's match. This is one man that has not lost a completed game at the US Open since 2016, and has not actually lost any game in the Grand Slam finals this year. Having played only 9 tours, and he's reached at least 5 of those finals. He's also looking to end the year as the world number 1 ranked ATP. That's if the likes of maybe Carlos Alcaraz, I believe Medvedev as well, should not get to the final. So he's looking pretty strong here, despite how shaky he looked towards the end of the Cincinnati Open. And tomorrow will be his first game against someone that has also never played before. And I'm just looking, not exactly tomorrow, midnight actually, so that's exactly what I'm looking forward to, because there's an opportunity for him to extend his Grand Slams count, because Novak Djokovic is not in this one once again.
All right, we keep our fingers crossed and see how he'll be able to achieve all of that in this US Open, the final Grand Slam event of the calendar year. And quickly, before we wrap up the show this evening, let's give you a quick update on scorelines in games across Europe in the English Premier League and the Italian Serie A. 4 games are going on already in the English Premier League, and 3 to be played today. 1 concluded and 2 still going on in the Italian Serie A. Let's start with the English Premier League, where Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park are currently entertaining Brentford, and it is 1-0 in favor of the home side. Goal scorer was Wilfred Zaha in the 59th minute. And somewhere in the cottage, talking about the home of Fulham, they are currently beating Brighton and Hove Albion. 9 minutes gone already on the clock. 2-1 it is on the scoreboard, while Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium are giving Chelsea something to worry about. It is 2-1 in favor of Southampton against Chelsea, while it is half-time between Leeds and Everton. They are yet to resume the second 45 minutes, and Everton went into the tunnel as leaders after the first 45 minutes, 1-0 in favor of the Frank Lampard and Tutto side and the Italian Serie A. 1 game already concluded between Sassuolo and AC Milan. AC Milan were visitors to Sassuolo, and that game ended goalless, while AS Roma under Jose Mourinho are currently beating Monza 2-0 at the moment. 15 minutes gone already on the clock, and Inter Milan are 2-0 above Cremonese, also 53 minutes gone already on the clock, with the level of this scoreline already in the Italian Serie A. AS Roma are currently top of the Italian Serie A log, and I think that is one position Jose Mourinho will likely want to actually maintain going further in the season. But it's left to be seen how far they'll be able to hold their own, as they have contenders from the like of AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and Napoli, where Victor Osimhen is firing from all cylinders. Although over the weekend he failed to score as they played a goalless draw against their opponent, but subsequently we wish the Nigerian attacker, the Nigerian striker, the Super Eagles forward something to actually that we hope he gets to find the back of the net more often. Spalletti has come out to say that £100 million will be enough to actually sell Victor Osimhen away from Napoli. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see the club that is going to cough out that £100 million for his signature of Victor Osimhen. And on this note, we wrap up the show this evening. My name is Friday Joshua or Moba Bauju, the leatherweight champion. And I've worked with Ahmed Abdul Karim and saying good night, hasta la vista, enjoy your night. Keep your dial locked on 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
It's 9 o'clock.
Time for news on the hour.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said that Nigerians will appreciate the All Progressives Congress-led government of the country in 6 months. The president received members of the Progressive Governors Forum, led by its chairman and governor of Kebbi State, Abaka Atiku Bagudu, stated this at the State House today, where he also noted that there would be non-interference in the 2023 elections, as he said Nigerians would be allowed to vote for who they wanted. He expressed confidence that flowing from the elections in Ekiti and Osun State, the 2023 elections would also be transparent. President Buhari also pledged that his administration would not create any room for the money bags to use any form of intimidation, be it materially, morally, or physically, to influence in the general elections. The federal government, through the National Universities Commission, have convened a meeting with the vice-chancellors, pro-chancellors, and management of federal universities in line with the ongoing strike action by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The meeting is expected to hold on September 6, 2022, at the NUC Secretariat in Abuja. This was convened in a letter written by the Deputy Executive Secretary Administration of the NUC, Chris Mayaki, and addressed to all pro-chancellors, chairmen of councils, and vice-chancellors of federal universities. ASU had on Monday, 29 August 2022, declared an indefinite strike following a 6-month rollover strike. The Honorable Minister of Education today said he was to invite the Broad Chancellors and Chairman of Councils as well as Vice Chancellors of the Federal Universities to a special interactive meeting with the Honorable Minister of Education on Tuesday, the 6th of September. A fire outbreak at the Marian Fruits Market in Calabar destroyed goods worth millions of naira today. It took men of the Federal Fire Service about 5 hours to put out the fire with destroyed goods in more than 30 lock-up shops. Commanding officer at the Federal Fire Service in Calabar, Olumayawa Olomola, disclosed that the fire was caused by a gas explosion in one of the lock-up shops. She said the command received a distress call at around 2:40 a.m. when the fire started, and its operatives immediately swung into action. There was no response from any other fire service until the Federal Service put out the fire at around 7 a.m., she said. And that's the news update on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Thank you for